All right, I got my buddy Trace with me today. This is his first trip on a boat. He does a lot of fishing in local golf course ponds, does really well catching bass. We're gonna see if we can put him on some redfish and some speckled trout here in the South Louisiana Marsh. Wish us luck. That rod is super long. That's my son Joel's. So I don't know if you ever fished a cork before. So basically you just kind of reel down close to the cork, like maybe 6 inches above it. All right, and make a big wide arc. Throw it as far as you can. And then you're gonna pop that cork vigorously. Taking your slack, pop the cork. Taking your slack, pop the cork. Pop that cork like your sister just broke something that's your favorite and like you're super ticked.
Did you do it twice or once?
Keep doing it.
Well, like, do you want to pop it twice or you pop it once?
Just like this. Like reel in your slack and pop it. Reel in your slack and pop it. Hard. There you go. Every pop is like, come here, fish. Come here, fish. So we're starting in a cove that I just wanted to check out. Fish should be in here right now. As you can tell though, it's like midday. The tide is completely dead. It's supposed to be falling hard right now. We've had northeast winds all morning and that's held this tide up. I thought the water would be prettier in this cove. It's actually pretty murky. So we're not gonna stay here long. That rod's like 8 feet, like it's super long. So the good thing with that is you can cast it far, and like the really important thing, when your cork goes down, you gotta set the hook, right? You gotta like pull back again, like you're mad at your sister, like just furious. That rod being long takes in a lot of line real quickly. Like if you had a real short rod, it wouldn't take in a lot of line.
So it's like easier to...
So it's easier to set the hook in them, yep. All right, let's give it like 2 more casts, and then we're gonna get the heck out of here. Last cast. Fish love to bite when you tell them last cast. So hopefully that happens here. There we go. Yep, told you, Trace, they love when you say last cast.
What is that?
It's a speckled trout.
What is it?
All right, there we go. Let's spot lock us here. It's actually a keeper fish. That's good, that's a good trout. Reel in and throw where I was. It's not a bad fish. It's about a 15 incher.
Like right around here?
Yeah, just throw where I was. Best as you can. This fish hit the power prawn, which you know if you've been watching my videos, is the bait of this fall. Oh, goodness, he was hooked well. Love to see it. Love to see it.
I saw a lot jumping like that way.
Saw something jumping?
I saw a few of them.
Yeah.
I heard.
Yeah, the fish that jump, those are called mullet. Fish eat those, but they don't, not the big ones. With the little finger mullet, fish will eat, but those don't bite.
Some those like only eat that grass.
Yeah, they eat grass. Yep, that's exactly right. Yep. There we go. That's a good trout. My goodness, that's a really good trout.
Oh,
Is that a red? That might be a red, but he keeps breaking. If that's a trout, he's really, yeah, it's a red. It's a little red. It's a surface breaking redfish. He is, I don't think he's 16. We're gonna measure him, but I don't think he's 16, so he's gonna get a tag and grow up. My buddy Trace wants some fish to take home, so we're gonna catch a few and take him home. We're gonna check and see if he's 16. Yep, we're gonna take him home, Trace.
16?
He's 16 and a half.
Do trout have to be 16 too? Or
Trout have to be 12.
Cast back.
Yep, you can go ahead and cast back out. I'll get out your way, hold on. Throw it as far as you can. You're left-handed here, come on this side of me.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a good cast. There you go, Trace.
It's hard for me to cast like backhand.
I know, I understand. Yeah, you need to stay on that side of me. There's a jumping mullet. Trace, you got him. There we go. Speckled trout.
Oh, yeah, no.
Did he get off?
I think so.
I think you're right. Shoot.
Did we cast back out?
Yep, cast back out.
I didn't know if there was a fish because I thought...
Your cork vanished?
I can't see it.
Yeah, you thought it went below the waves. All right, Trace and I are on stop number 3. We kind of made a brief little stop in the marsh on the way over here just to check, but the tide wasn't falling yet. Water wasn't pretty. No bites. So now we're popping corks again in some really beautiful water. The tide has begun to trickle out. Let's see if we can find some trout in here. I fished this area a couple weeks ago and caught some really, really nice trout. Not a ton of them, but enough to make me come back. I'm sticking with the Salt Strong Power Prawn under the Versamax bolt. I like this rig for finding fish. Oh, there we go. There we go. Spot lock. That's definitely not the size trout I caught last week. but I think he is a keeper. And it's a start. All right. He is a keeper, definitely. Trace, throw right where you saw me pull that fish. Yep, out in that direction. There should be others there. Trace has never caught a red or a speckled trout, so we really got to get him on one. Trace is a soccer star, and I got to tell you, he's a quick study because he's got this cork fishing figured out. It's only a matter of time. Casts well, pops the cork well. Now we just got to see him set the hook. Sometimes they just won't hit when you got it spot locked. It's crazy. It's like you got to keep moving. You had a takedown?
It went down and I didn't even pop it.
Oh, there he is. That's a good trout. All right. He hit me right next to the boat. I don't even look. I was looking at you. It's amazing. Like, you take it off spot lock. It's crazy. I don't understand it. Oh, there's a fish. I don't know where these trout came from because they weren't here last week. They ate all the big ones, but they're all keepers, so can't complain. And they're definitely hitting it deep. Good sign, good sign. You're gonna get one, Trace. You're doing everything right. Oh, I missed him. Dadgummit. Too much slack in my line. There he is. There he is. Pretty trout. About a 13-incher, maybe 13 and a half. Possibly still legal when they change the limit. Trace, try your best to throw just where I was. Oh, shoot, I missed him. That was a good takedown. Come on back. Throw right on top of me. Close enough, good. There's fish all around us there. Let it sit a second after each pop. Those waves are gonna bounce that shrimp and hopefully get their attention. There you go. There he is. Get him, Trace. Get him, Trace. That's a good trout. All right, here we go. Swing him in. All right, perfect. Hold on, let me get this in. I'm gonna take your picture. Good job, dude. All right, look, next time, leave about that much line out, okay? Other than that, you did everything absolutely perfectly. First, we're gonna measure this dude because he's marginal. We're gonna make sure he's 12. Oh yeah, he's 12 and a half. There you go, Trace. All right, Trace, your first keeper speckled trout, dude. Good job. Dude, good job, man. You stuck with it. You did everything exactly right. Let's see if any over here. Oh, beautiful fish. Man, that was a good takedown. That's a nice trout. That feels more like the size of the ones I was catching last week. Yeah, that's a real good trout. Trace, throw right where I was. We want to get some of these. This is a good one. That's a real good one. That's a beautiful trout. That's about an 18, 19 incher. That's the size we want. Actually, I'm gonna let this dude go because he's too big. I'm gonna put a Tag Louisiana.net tag in this trout. That's a beautiful trout. That swim off, dude. These fish are just so scattered through here, which is typical for this time of year. Still plenty bait in the marsh for them to eat. They'll just fan out on these flats and pick off shrimp that are coming out with the tides. As the season moves along and the bait gets more scarce, the fish definitely group up a whole lot more. Group up in areas that are kind of focal points for the bait. Oh, there's a fish. Man, as soon as you take it off spot lock, it's just incredible. Another keeper. These are the good eaters, Trace. You're gonna make your mama happy. All right, my power prawn's getting long in the tooth. Looking pretty bad. It's produced a number of fish. Might have to change it though. This bait, I don't know, it's just been so hot this fall. And if you haven't seen me use it in previous videos, the company that makes them has let me offer you a 40% discount if you use code MARSH40. This is the 3.5 inch natural color. They make other colors, but this is the only one I throw because it just works so well. I don't see any reason to throw anything else. I'm sure I will at some point, but the way this water looks, it's just so pretty. Really beautiful water. I just like this natural. And by the way, that 40% deal, I don't know if I mentioned it, it's only good on your first pack. After that, you gotta pay full price. There he is. Throw out there, Trace, right where I'm coming from. He doesn't feel like the biggest trout of the day, but he hasn't come up. He's legal. He is a keeper. Dude, you didn't want to fight till you're in the boat, huh? You gotta make sure you're legal. I have my doubts. Look at this fish. I mean, he's not very long, but look at the thickness of his back. That's a very healthy speckled trout. 12.5, still a keeper. By the way, in my last few videos, people have made the claim that the state has already changed the limits. They have not. The commission put out a notice of intent. They'll make their final vote in January, and it's up to them as to when the effective date is, if they do approve it. But currently in Louisiana, you can still keep 25. I personally do not keep 25. My personal limit is 10 per person on my boat, and they only have to be 12 inches. And I'll tell you this, I'm a big fan of 12-inch speckled trout. My favorite ones to keep are 12 to 13 inches. I release anything over about 15, unless the fish is mangled. You got a fish? Get him, Trace. There we go. Swing him this way. Swing him this way. All right.
I don't know how to fish on.
Nice.
Like, it didn't even fight.
Did you see your cork go down, or you felt him?
No, I wasn't even looking.
You weren't? So you felt him?
There.
Yeah. That's a good keeper. That's better than your other one. All right. Yeah, them hooked well. Good job, dude. So Trace and I pushed back into the marsh, hoping against hope to find some falling tide. Unfortunately, it's not falling yet. Yesterday at this time, it was falling like a stone. I checked the buoy before we left, but that northeast wind that blew all night has really kept this tide from falling out like it should. Well, there we go. Look, you see that, how it's going that way? Like that stuff right there? That's falling, so that's good. It's starting to fall at least. Not falling hard, but that's what we wanted to see. So Trace, anytime you see a cut like that on a falling tide, that's what you want to throw into. If you can. Yeah, well, you'll have water coming out of that, and it'll suck bait out, so they'll sit at the mouth and just eat the bait coming out the cut. Not every cut is good, but you gotta always hit them. Oh, there's one. There's one. All right, there's a bass. He hit me way out. I'm throwing this SB57 and lavender shad. If you're a regular viewer, you know this is one of my favorite baits. Oh, there's a fish. Come here, Trace. Come throw up in this cut. That's a good bass. That's not bad.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, he's not bad. Not a bad bass. Started throwing this Pro's Choice in crab boil color. Got it on a 1/4 ounce death grip jig head. That's what that bass hit. There he is. Oh, I missed him. He was running with it. Let's see if he's got a buddy. Come on. Come on. I know you're in there. Yep, there he is. There he is. All right. Poor Trace is picking out a backlash. I told him to retie it. He still thinks he can get it out. Just amazing how good these little cuts are when you get this falling tide. Doesn't take much. Let me know if you need some help.
Something fun.
There he is. Nice bass. All right. Ooh, man, he threw up a ton. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Ow. He bit me. Charlie bit me. 4:30. Ooh. Oh, goodness. That's a good bass. Throw over there. Throw right where I was. You see where I was, like on that corner? Look right there. See if you can reach that. Just watch those rods. There you go. He thumped it. I can put exactly what I'm throwing on that spinning rod. You want me to do that? Look, you get on that trolling motor. You handle that. So we had the camera off because I was tying on something for Trace on this spinning rod, which, by the way, this is a Thump City rod. One of my viewers sent me this. I think he makes them. Really, really good rod. It's really more for crappie, but it's a good spinning rod for Trace, I figured, today. Anyway, so while I was tying something on for him, he threw his bait caster with a green hornet matrix shad and caught his first ever redfish. It was a throwback, so we stuck a tag in him and let him go. He said it absolutely thumped it. Now I got him rigged with the same thing I'm throwing, Pro's Choice soft stick bait in crab oil color on a 1/4 ounce death grip jig head. So you cast, pick it up, and just let it fall. And then reel down to it. And pick it up and let it fall. And if you feel it, don't, you gotta set the hook. When you let it fall, try and maintain contact, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, look, so I cast, I pick it up, and when it's falling, I'm kind of still maintaining it so I can feel, because that's when they're gonna hit it. Like you don't want to do this. You want to pick it up and then just give it a bunch of slack, because like he's gonna hit it now, and I'd never know. See that cut to the right, way over there?
Oh, that's where they are?
Where that bend is, and I got that cut right there to the right. I'm gonna try and get you close enough to throw in there.
Are they in groups?
Yeah, they don't really school. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, go ahead, Trace, throw right in there. Oh, that's a nice bass. Look how high he jumped.
I just feel like a lot of them small.
Yeah, a bunch of bait. Look, see if you can throw in that cut. That's where they are. You're gonna have to throw overhand, I know.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Just like when you're throwing that cork. There you go. There you go, perfect. Perfect cast. Come on, you should get one there. This bayou's getting right. We should get some fish. There he is. There he is. Yeah, it's a bass. A furious bass. It's gonna be silly here for a little bit. Make as many casts as you can. You want me to do the motor? You can do both? All right. I'm fine with that. I don't mind at all. Just want you to catch some fish. All right, if you want to start heading that way.
Got a bite just now.
You did? All right, make another pitch in there then. Oh, good hit. Oh, there he is. There he is. That's a speck. Look at that, speckled trout. Yep, throw that way. Throw that way. There should be more there. I'm not sure he's legal. We'll let him go. We got enough fish. Throw right in the middle there. Good cast, very good cast.
Can't throw with grass, because I keep getting like the same like tug.
It might be grass, it could be. Maybe throw a little bit more to the right. Make one more cast in here and then we'll pull up a little bit. There's one. There's one. That's a nice bass. All right. What you got, Trace?
I couldn't tell. It was like,
Is it still hooked up?
no,
Oh, did you break off?
I don't know, it was something big.
Oh, I think you broke off. Shoot. Does it feel like no resistance? Yeah, you broke. Shoot. Hey, just go hit that anchor, just so we don't, I think there might be a little few fish here. It had to be a red, because he didn't come up at all. Try and throw more like toward the bank. If you could throw to that point on the right, that would be ideal. Whew, that's the perfect cast. That is the perfect cast. Oh, don't, yeah, let him run. Let him run a little bit. Don't double set it again. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Trace got him a red. We're gonna go chase him. Hold on. Just don't horse him. We're gonna go get him because that line is light. He's nowhere near done. I'll tell you that. All right. You're gonna be fighting this fish a while. It's a big red. Good job, Trace. Look, he's probably gonna go back under us. And just let him go. Let him run when he runs. There you go. There you go. Go walk back with him. I'm gonna chase him again. I'm gonna turn the boat around. If he's running, you're not reeling, okay? Come on, walk back up here. All right, come on, we gotta get this fish. That's what you had last time. Oh, look at that, beautiful red. Nice. Let's go get him. Yeah, I knew he was gonna double back. I knew it. Oh, it's a beautiful red. That's a really nice redfish. Oh, hold on. Don't reel. Just keep tension on him though, but don't pull him out the water at all. Just kind of guide him this way. All right, dude, we got him. Nice. Oh, look at this fish. Dude, that is awesome.
Is that the one that snapped, dude?
No, I doubt it's the one who snapped. It's probably similar in size. Man, I tell you, you don't know how glad I am to see this. Redfish have been tough to find lately. Well, we got to get a picture, man. Let's both walk up front. And then you're going to stand like right here. And you're going to hold him just like you held the other one.
I'm scared.
You scared to hold him?
Yeah, I don't want him to flop everywhere.
He might flop a little bit, but that's all right. You want to eat him or you want to release him?
You can eat these?
Oh, yeah.
Are they good?
Yeah, they're delicious.
I've never had them.
You want to let him go? We can tag him and release him if you want. Let's release him. Do you want to do that or you want to keep him?
I don't care.
You don't care? All right, we'll release him then. I like the sportsman attitude. That's good. We're going to have to revive him. He's been out a little bit. Trace caught this beautiful 20-inch red. And he wants to let him go. He is worn out from that fight. There he goes. All right. Dude, nice. All right, the fishing literally is just getting incredible. We have caught so many in the past few minutes, but I got to do a radio interview at 6:10, so I got to get back to the dock for that. Unfortunately, the sun's still high in the sky, but we got to roll. But we ended on a great note with Trace catching that beautiful redfish. He's never caught one. Until earlier today, caught a small one. That one was clearly legal. We didn't measure it, probably about 20, 21 inches. Really beautiful fish, but just a fantastic day here in the marshes of South Louisiana. Hopefully you enjoyed the video as much as Trace and I did putting it together. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, if we don't see you in the marsh, we'll see you right here on Marsh Man Masson.